Dear children, very good morning. Last week in my YouTube video, I taught you lesson 6 from your English supplementary book entitled The Fight Part 1. This week, after this prologue speech, I am going to teach you Part 2. First part, what happened? Come on, just a minute recall. Actually, the fight is the story of two young boys, Ranji and Suraj. They met in a forest nearby a beautiful pond, and both of them were possessing that forest and pond. Actually, Ranji was very good, soft and quiet, whereas the other boy who belonged to that area, Suraj, ordered Ranji to run away from the forest, saying the pool and that area was belonging to him. And Suraj was challenging Ranji to fight and slapped Ranji, and the both boys were fighting in a very rough manner. Then what happened? Both of them were fighting severely in the bank of the river, bank of the pond, but nobody won the fight, and they decided to fight next day, and they went back to their home. But Suraj gave a challenge that he must come. Now, what happened in second part? Let us see page number 49, part 2. When Ranji got home, he found it difficult to explain the cuts and bruises that showed on his face, leg and arms. He had a lot of cuts, injuries. Bruises means black and blue color, swellings. He could not explain how he got all that at home. It was difficult to conceal the fact that he had been in an unusually violent fight, and his mother insisted on his staying at home for the rest of the day. Mother compelled not to go anywhere. That evening, though, he slipped out of the house. That means, though his mother ordered him be at home, he slipped without anyone's knowledge out of the house and went to the bazaar, where he found comfort and solace in a bottle of vividly colored lemonade and a banana leaf full of hot sweet jalebis or jalebis. Actually, he wanted to get some comfort by drinking vividly, beautifully colored lemon juice and jalebi. He wanted to eat and get somewhat comfort. He had just finished the lemonade, when he saw his adversary coming down the road. Adversary here means his opponent or enemy. His first impulse was to turn away and look elsewhere. He did not like to see his face. His second, to throw the lemonade bottle at his enemy. That is, he was somewhat mischievous. He wanted to throw the bottle on the face of Suraj. But he did neither of these things. But luckily, he did not do anything. Instead, he stood his ground and scowled at his passing adversary. He was standing strongly, scowled means somewhat looking in an angry manner at passing enemy Suraj. And the warrior said nothing. He also saw him. He did not say anything either, but scowled back with equal ferocity. He also looked at him somewhat with a cruel face. Ferocity means cruelty, and somewhat fierceness with anger. The next day was as hot as the previous one. Ranji felt very weak, tired and lazy, and not at all eager for a fight. because his body was stiff and sore. That means a lot of pain and it was difficult to move. After the previous day's encounter means meeting. But he could not refuse the challenge. At the same time, he did not like to refuse the challenge given by his opponent. Not to turn up at the pool would be an acknowledgement of defeat. Of course, if he is not going there, if he is not arriving, is not going to the pool, that means he had accepted his defeat. So, from the way he felt just then, he knew he would be beaten in another fight. So he did not like to stay at home, but he could not acquiesce. Acquiesce means accept quietly in his own defeat. He must defy his enemy to the last or outwit him. Outwit him means getting success or winning his enemy. For only then could he gain his respect. If he surrendered now, he would be beaten for all time. But to fight and be beaten today left him free to fight and be beaten again. As long as he fought, he had a right to the pool in the forest. So he decided to go to the forest, go to the pool to meet the warrior. He was half hoping that the warrior would have forgotten the challenge. He had small belief or hope that the opponent warrior might have forgotten the challenge, but dashed, gone off, thrown away. When he saw his opponent was ready, sitting striped to the waist, he removed his shirt. The rock on the other side of the pool was ready to fight. The warrior was rubbing oil on his body. He saw Ranji beneath the salt trees and called a challenge across the waters of the pools. He was the other side of the pool and his body was full of oil. That means he was well prepared for fighting. "Hey, come over on this side and fight," the warrior shouted, called him. But Ranji was not going to submit to any conditions laid down by his opponent. He was not ready to obey any condition given by his enemy. "Hey, you come this side and fight," he shouted back with equal energy, equal power, equal strength. Vigor means equal strength. "Come on, swim across and fight me here," called the other. The other boy called from the other side of the pool, "Hey, if you are brave enough, come on, swim across and fight me here, this side. Or perhaps you cannot swim the length of this pool." He is making fun. "I think you are unable to swim." But Ranji could have swum the length of the pool a dozen times without tiring. He had wonderful swimming practice, so it was not a big thing for him. And here he would show the warrior his superiority. So Ranji decided to show his skill in swimming, show his superiority. So slipping out of his vest and dived straight into the water, cutting through it like a knife and surfaced with hardly a splash. The warrior's mouth hung open in amazement, surprise, because warrior did not know how to dive into the pool. So amazement means surprise with a open mouth. "You can dive. Hey, you are a wonderful diver. You can dive?" He said that with exclamation. He exclaimed. "Ah, it is simple, it is easy," said Ranji, treading water, waiting for a further challenge. "Can't you dive?" So Ranji asked, "What, young man, can't you dive? You don't know how to dive?" No, I don't know," said the other in a low voice. "I jump straight in, but if you will tell me how, I will make a dive. Come on, if you teach me how to dive in such a wonderful fashion, please teach me, I will try." "It is easy," said Ranji. "Stand on the rock, Stretch your arms out and allow your head to displace your feet. So he was started teaching him how to dive into the pool. Standing on the rock, stretching the arms and allow the head go first into the water. The warrior followed the teaching, stood up, stiff and straight, stretched out his arms and threw himself into the water. He landed flat on his belly with a crash that sent the birds screaming out of the trees. Of course, Ranji dissolved into laughter. He was tend to laugh at the wrong dive of Suraj. Are you trying to empty the pool? What are you doing? Are you going to empty the pool? He asked in a jovial manner as the warrior came to the surface, spouting water like a small whale. What do you mean by spouting? Spitting the liquid water from his mouth. Wasn't it good? Asked the boy, evidently proud of his feat. I didn't know, as you said, I dived. Wasn't it good? Evidently proud of his clever act or skill. Not very good, said Ranji. You should have more practice. See, I will do it again. So Ranji is showing again. He jumped to show him how to dive. And pulling himself up on a rock, he executed another perfect dive. Really, the other boy Suraj was really wondering at the excellent dive. The other boy waited for him to come up, but swimming underwater. Ranji circled him and came upon him from behind. So he was knowing how to swim underwater. That also the other boy, Suraj, did not know. Hey, how did you do that? Asked the astonished youth, surprised with wonder. The young boy asked, hey, how you came behind me? How did you swim underwater? Hello, can't you swim underwater? Asked Ranji. No, but I will try it. The warrior made a tremendous effort to plunge to the bottom of the pool, and indeed he thought he had gone right down. Though his bottom, like a duck's, remained above surface. Tremendous efforts, he took lot of effort to plunge, means jump into the bottom of the pool. He thought he had gone right down, but actually is like a duck, is half of the body was on the surface. Ranji, however, did not discourage him. It was not bad, he said, but you need again lot of practice to swim underwater and to do perfect dive. Please, hello, will you teach me? Asked his enemy. If you like, I will teach you, no problem. Please, you must teach me. If you do not teach me, I will beat you like yesterday. I will come here every day and teach me. Can you? Will you come here every day and teach me? So the other boy made a request with a strong voice. Will you come here every day and teach me? If you like, said Ranji. They had pulled themselves out of the water and then came out of the pool, were sitting side by side on a smooth grey rock. Now they started a friendly conversation. My name is Suraj. Now only the boy said his name, said the warrior. What is yours? It is Ranji. Ranjit in short way, Ranji. I am strong, am I not? Asked Suraj, bending his arm so that a ball of muscle stood up, stretching the white of his flesh. Yes, you are really strong, said Ranji. You are a real Bailwan. P-A-H-E-L-W-A-N. Bailwan, a great warrior. One day I will be the world champion wrestler. That is his dream, said Suraj, slapping his thighs like a Bailwan, which shook with the impact of his hand. He looked critically at Ranji's hard, thin body. After showing his strength, he looked in a critical manner Ranji's thin body. Hey, you are quite strong yourself, he conceded. That is admitted. Conceded means admitted, accepted, but you are too bony, too slim, too thin. I know you people in the town do not eat enough. You must come and have your food with me. You know, I drink 1 seer of milk every day. Seer means a kind of amount, somewhat less than a liter of milk every day. We have got our own cow. Proudly, Suraj said everything. And he invited Ranji to his house, that he was ready to give him needed food and milk. Be my friend, and I will make you a bailwan like me. I know, if you teach me to dive and swim underwater. So there is a contract between Ranji and Suraj. So what Ranji should teach him how to dive, how to swim underwater, whereas Suraj is ready to give him needed food and milk and making him a bailwan, somewhat having strong body. I will make you a bailwan. That is fair, isn't it? Ah, that is fair, said Ranji, though he doubted if he was getting the better of the exchange. Suraj put his arm around the younger boy and said, we are friends now. Yes, hereafter we are good friends, said Suraj. They looked at each other with honest, unflinching eyes, looking somewhat straight without blinking the eyes, in a friendly manner, honest look. And in that moment, we are friends, said Ranji. Also said, yes, hereafter we are going to be good friends. The birds had settled again in their branches, and the pool was quiet and limpid, means clear, in the shade of the sal tree. It is our pool, not mine, not yours, it is our pool, said Suraj now. Nobody else can come here without our permission. Who would dare? Who would be having the courage to come and possess this pool? Who would dare? Said Ranji, also repeated this name, smiling with the knowledge that he had won the day. So, the teaching as making them be good friends, both of them. When the understanding happens, misunderstanding will go and you can become a very good friends. That is what a wonderful idea through the story. Ruskin Bond, the great writer, wanted to teach everybody. So they have the moment love and understanding were born, misunderstanding would disappear, you would become a good friend and you can make a good friendship. Love everybody, don't fight with anyone, don't develop any hatred or enmity with anyone. Be good children. That is the end of the part 2. That is the end of that supplementary story titled The Fight. Okay, after hearing and seeing my YouTube video, open my PDF, take down the remaining question answers. Okay. See you soon in school. Let us all pray sincerely as we do prayer in the class. All the best.